Alright, today's the third project of the day. And what I've done is on the previous event, I got overzealous and broke that bolt off on the shock mount. So what I've done is I grounded it down, and my plan is to drill it and tap it so that I can just screw a bolt on and hold it with a washer, because the shock that I just stuck in there didn't stay. So far what I've done is grinded it down. My other thought is, if this doesn't work, because this stuff is hard, is cut it there, grind it off, drill through this, and put a bolt on there and weld the bolt on. But I don't know if I can find a bolt that big. Maybe I can, but that'd be a big hole. I think the easiest thing to do is, and I've already, like I said, grinded it down. I've punched through the middle, and I've tried one of my kit's drill bits, and it's not working, and the Christmas tree bit didn't work either. So I'm going to try to use some of these other drills I got and go super small and keep going bigger, and pray that I don't break any bits. Alright, several weeks later, and finally getting back to this shock. So I guess the last time I was working on it was, I don't know, March maybe? Today's April 26th. So I went back under there today to try to hammer the rest of it out to put a bolt in there, and it was such a weird space where the exhaust is that the tip of the drill bit broke off. So I had to do what I didn't want to do and take the mount off. So let me turn this around. All right, so I've got a hitch, B&S or B&D hitch there. So I've already put the spray paint, but there was 4 rivets holding that mount on. So I got those 2 off because I've painted it, because I had to grind it down to the middle. But these 2 right there and there were fitting. This bracket for this hitch fit right over it. So that one and that one fits right over there. So I had to loosen this and get this up out the way to get those off. Once I got them off, then I could punch it through. I could punch through with my punching hammer. I did use to get this loose, I did use my induction heat gun. I've used that twice in 2 days to loosen bolts. Those 2 up there, that one and that one, those were super tight. I don't want to risk breaking my knuckles, so I got the induction heat gun. So now I got those off, and then the last one, popped that last one through, and out popped the mount. All right, so you can see what I did, because I ended up popping this off. So I took this off to my bench and hooked up my stick welder, which I'm terrible at, but I think I improved 10 times today. Still not the best, but it'll do. So I took one of these bolts, and I'm good. I took one of these bolts here. So now I only have 3, but I need to get another one. And I just put it right here. I tacked it on, and then I just ran a bead around it. And when it was done, I grinded it down. You can see I might run a little paint, I might not. Maybe I will. And so it's not the straightest, but all I needed to do is just be able to hold the shock on. So there we go. Now these bolts here, the one that I used, fit perfectly through there. See, there's barely any but movement there. So I think that's going to be perfect. They have the unthreaded portion here. I think once it gets through the other side of that frame, on top of the washer, on one on each side, and the lock nut here, lock washer, I think it's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna bolt those on. I'll have to go get me one more of these. So I had these in my bin already. So recommend just doing this. And if you got the hitch, the BND hitch, whatever that is, the embed hitch, just take it off. Lift it up and just grind them off. It really took me probably an hour of grinding off, and it was annoying, but about an hour. And then this took me really, once I got set up, 28 minutes or so. And then just cut this off. I welded it on with the nut and already on there, that way, and pull it all the way to the top. That way when I cut it off, I would be able to just take the nut off and it would just go ahead and tap in those last few threads. So that's it. I'm going to bolt this back in tomorrow because I got to get another one of these, and then I'll be done, and I'll just give you the last the final you know, visual. And I test fit it and everything. This fits right on there snugly, and it's perfect. So I recommend it. I recommend doing that if you have this problem, or alternatively order a new one of these if you can. So if this, I fixed it. This is not weight bearing at all. I mean, I'm not going to test my strength, but it's solid. I went all the way around this sucker. So this is, I got penetration on the 230. So I'm not going to test my strength. The only thing this is doing is just keeping this from sliding off. All the weight of the vehicle and for the shocks part is on this. So I didn't cut this off. I just welded this off. This is just a retainer. So just used to just tighten it back on. So I think it'll fix it. All right. Next time I pop in, it'll be a final. You'll see the final product. All right. All right. So I got it back installed. I gave a little spritz of the black paint, and I'm gonna spritz a little black paint on here too. I took my wire wheel and my drill and got as much as I could off. And there's my bolts. You notice that one there, bottom right. Yeah, the supply of tractors didn't have the one that matched, so I got that was close. That was the same size, but it was a flange head, so it's on. But I'm about to spritz it here and make it a all match this way. So I'm gonna just to help with the rust. Yeah, all of it's gonna match. Yeah, let's protect it because it had a little bit of a
maybe that's how it broke.
Rust on it. So this is not really for aesthetics, but to keep it from rusting again. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the back. So everything's installed, 4 bolts on each, and I put a little bit of the blue Loctite on it. Works well. I didn't use my impact this time. I just ran it down and just tightened it with my ratchet after running it down with my electric ratchet, and everything's good. So let me climb up in here and show you the finished product. Let me take the paint with me because we're going up on there. See, mount it there and up top there. All right, so whoever gets this truck after me, if I ever sell it, yeah, you're gonna have 2 probably separate bolt nut sizes on that side, and I think so. But yeah, I gave it a little spritz too while I had her out, and sort of spray a bunch of the, you know, help protect the bolts long time. Hopefully you don't have to do this again. But yep, there's that out there, and I'm gonna do that one in a second. So yeah, overall, not a terrible job. I did watch some videos last night that said die grind it, cut those rivets in half, and then air chisel it off. Well, my air compressor is down because I'm waiting on parts from Amazon. It's supposed to be here any minute, and they're not. So once they gets here, I can fix the air compressor. But I did what I did. I grinded it down, and I think we're done. Worst case scenario, I was riding around with my last shock dangling. Worst case scenario, that happens again, I order one of those off eBay. So I hope this helped, and have a great day.